What is going on, the people of YouTube? Welcome back. Majestic here, and I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. And today we're doing a casual review of the new Call of Duty World War II beta that was released privately for people who pre-ordered the game. I happened to get a code from a really good friend of mine, so I actually had a chance to play it over the weekend. I've played it for like the whole beta. I think I missed one whole day. But I played a shit ton of the Call of Duty beta, and I wanted to give my overall thoughts on it because you guys know how I like to break things down. And you guys like when I talk about games, and I'm also just exploring other games. I know I specialize in fighting games, but I'm just playing games in general. So if you guys have a game that you recommend that you want me to play and review and record for you guys, please leave in the comment section. I'm always open to new ideas. But before we get into the beta, shouts out to all the friends who helped me record some of the footage that I put up for you guys. Shouts out to No Prayers. Shouts out to I'm Jinxed or LNM Jinxed. Shouts out to Classified. Shouts out to Cess. Shouts out to all you guys. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Thank you guys for helping me record videos over the week. It has been awesome coming back. So thank you guys for opening me with open arms. I appreciate that. But anyway, getting into the World War II beta. I actually like this game. Like I said, I played it all weekend. I had a ton of fun playing it with my friends. We had a blast. You can tell that we were raging. You know, it felt like I was in high school all over again. And I had a lot of fun playing it. Honestly, I think it's just a breath of fresh air. And I say that about anything that's new and just unique. It kind of brings back its roots with a twist. I always say it's a breath of fresh air because it's like you remember these moments, you know, when you're in high school and you're playing Modern Warfare 2 for the first time, you know, and you just remember how fast-paced it was and how good it was, you know. World at War kind of brings that back for me, even though it, don't get me wrong, has a lot of fucking problems, which I'll talk about today. But these problems to me are not necessarily bad, because I feel like they can be fixed. It's basically things that they can be fixed before the game releases in November. So everything I say here today is like 50-50, I bet you can say. I do like the concept of it, maybe. Like I might like the idea of it, or I might like certain things about it, but there might be things that I really can't fucking stand. So I'm going to talk about those things today, and you guys can leave in the comment sections if you agree with me, or if you're like, you know, Majestic, you're fucking retarded, just stop talking. But these, like I said, this is just a preference. It's just opinionated how I feel about it. This doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. It doesn't mean it's actual factual. You guys might feel a different way about it. But of course, once again, that's the internet. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I want to talk about, the first thing that's on my list, is just a minor thing that I want to talk about. But it's still annoying, and I play Battlefield 1, so it's not really, or Battlefield games, so it's not really that big of a deal to me, but it's the layout of the system, or the system layout. Basically what I mean by that is, when you're playing a game, usually Call of Duty menu has the system layout on the left. Now it's like you do it with L and RB, and when you like invite people to party, we had a lot of confusion with that shit because we didn't know who was in the game and who wasn't. So we had to go and tab over like 3 tabs to find, you know, if you're in the party and to equip your classes, and it's just very fucking confusing to me. You know, the first couple of days I'm asking people like, hey, how do I invite you guys? Or hey, how do you know I'm in the party? You know, and they're like, hey, you got to go here, press LB, press, you know, it's just really weird and annoying. Like I said, it's an easy fix. It's not something that's, oh, don't get the game because the menu's retarded. It's nothing like that. Believe me, guys. Like I said, it's just a minor change. But it definitely needs to happen because I'm confused by it. My friends were confused by it. We had a lot of confusion with that shit, and there has to be some way to let people know. You know, usually when you invite people, everybody's on the right. The map and stuff's on the left. You can see, start up your game, and everybody knows they're in the lobby. Now it's not like that, and it's just weird. So please fix it. I'm begging you. That's all I ask. Second thing is, which is a huge thing, and you guys can tell me how you feel about this as well, and that is the SMG meta in this game. As you guys can see in the 3 videos I uploaded, all of us are using the PPSH because it's god-like, and I will repeat, it is god-like, and that gun is insane. It definitely needs a nerf. Even with the silencer, it does really good damage, and it's just dumb. It's just dumb. The grease gun is probably just as bad. My friends are constantly arguing what's better, the grease gun or the PPSH. You know, David and Alex, Prayers and Classified always have this argument about which gun is better. They're both good. It doesn't matter. I think any SMG that you use, even the Type 100, SMGs are dominating Call of Duty right now. And the reason for that is is because the maps force you to do close quarters, which I'm going to basically cover all this today, which we'll talk about. So it's basically SMG meta and the maps. The reason why the SMG meta is really good, it doesn't necessarily mean the other guns are bad. The STG is really good. The M1 Grand is good. These guns are fantastic. But the maps force you into close quarters, so SMG is just a way to go. It's just a dominant gun because the maps are big enough to be fought at long distance, but how they're laid out and the way you flanks, it makes you come in really close. So that's something that definitely needs to be fixed with new maps, or maybe extending the old maps, making them bigger. Anything like that, just to make you use other guns, because right now SMGs are just dominating this game, and that's just the truth. If you watch any pro player or anything like that, SMGs are just taking over. The PPSH is stupid right now. It definitely needs a nerf. I don't care what anybody says. The gun is hella broken. It's nice, it's fun, it's awesome to use, but it's broke. So that's definitely a problem. And I wish they would, like I said, just extending the maps, making the maps a little bigger, so that we don't have to go into this close quarter bullshit all the time would be cool. I love using the M1 Grand. The M1 Grand is awesome. I think it's one of the coolest guns in World War II. I like it a lot. And I just love that old style gun, and the fact that, you know, it's World War II and M1 Grand is basically the gun that won the war for us. You would think that the maps would be bigger for people to use those types of guns, you know, or use these types of snipers and stuff. And like I said, the guns are not bad. I'm not saying the M1 Grand's terrible. I'm not saying the STG's bad, or, you know, any other gun that you use, the sniper, the Springfield. These weapons are bad, or the Commonwealth, that's what it's called. I'm sorry. These weapons are badass, but the maps just don't let you use them. There are certain maps that are, like, I guess you can say, kind of sniper heavy, and there are game modes that are super sniper heavy, like war and things like that. But like I said, it's just, I feel like every game mode should have a map that, you know, no matter what game mode you're playing, you should be able to use a gun, whatever map it is. You know, you can use a sniper on this map, you can use SMG. You know, there are certain maps, I understand, that will kind of dictate that later on down the road. Every Call of Duty has like a sniping map, like, oh, we're playing Stonehaven for Ghost, everybody pull out a sniper. You know, we're playing High Rise, everybody pull out a sniper. You know, we're playing Overgrown, pull out a sniper. Like, World at War doesn't really have that option. It's kind of like, oh, this is this map SMG, this is this map SMG, this is this map SMG. So definitely SMG meta needs to be changed. Anyway, too much on that topic, but you guys get the idea. Next thing I want to talk about, speaking of submachine guns, another thing that is a huge deal to me is submachine guns are the only class in the game at this time who can get silencers, which is OP as fuck. The reason why is because the silencer is not even an attachment. Or it's like, you know how you put attachment on your gun, FMJ, rapid fire, grip, reflex sight, whatever. Silencer used to be an attachment. Now you just press left on the analog stick, or left on the D-pad, I'm sorry. You can put the silencer on, you can take it off, put it on, whatever you please. It is extremely broken. Definitely needs to be an attachment. And I think other guns should get it. I'm not saying you should put a silencer on a shotgun, of course, or anything like that. I mean, if you could, you could. You know, it's World War II. I don't think they did that, but I still think the SGG should have it. The Type 100 should have it. You know, all these other guns, M1A1, whatever, should have a way to silence your weapon. So that's definitely a huge problem. I think that should be fixed. But once again, like I said, I use submachine guns, so you know, it's cool. But I feel like we should just get off the submachine gun meta and go into these other weapons that I feel like nobody else is using. But that's just my personal opinion. The next thing that I want to talk about really quickly is the divisions. Now, the reason why I said this is going to be 50-50 is because I do like the divisions. I like the concept of the divisions, but I don't like how some things are just stuck to that division, if that makes sense. And let me explain that really quick to kind of break that down in further detail for you guys. Basically what divisions are is you have basically certain divisions that give you your character certain perks. You have like an infantry division. What this one will do is give you like extra magazines. It will give you the ability to have 3 perks or 3 attachments instead of 2 attachments on your gun, kind of like the blink perk from MW2. So it's really cool. Like Mountain basically gives you UAV jammer, and that's like the sniper class. Also, you're stealthier, you don't appear on radar, things like that. Then you have like your airborne class, hop over, sprint faster, movement faster, things like that. And then you have your shotgun class, which gives you these flame rounds, which we'll talk about a little later. And basically they just give you certain things, you know, and hold your breath longer, things like that. Now, like I said, it is a cool idea. I like that, but I don't like how certain things are stuck to certain classes. I feel like there should be a way to level up these classes and then choose perks from these classes. And the reason I say that is because, like, for instance, the only one that has the UAV jammer is the mountain class, which is the sniper class. So you have to constantly snipe, which is cool. I mean, you can change your weapon. You guys can be like, oh, we can switch your primary and have, like, you know, SMG or whatever. But I feel like I should be able to perk it. I don't feel like I should have to just choose a whole division to get that. You know, I don't want to run around with the ghillie suit. I want to have my own customization. To me, that's just definitely a problem. Like I said, I think it's cool that way you're forced to do that class. Like, okay, well, you have to be beggars can't be choosers kind of thing. You know, you get one or the other. So I like the concept of it, but I don't, because I feel like I should be able to adjust my perks and should be able to play the way that I want to play. And in World War II, it doesn't give you the option to do that. To me, that's kind of a problem. But like I said, the idea and the concept's really cool. I do like the fact that you get more ammo if you play this class, so it makes you want to use the M1 Grand here, you know, or Mountain makes you want to use a sniper rifle. Like, it kind of dictates how you want to play. But then again, it's kind of annoying as well. And like I said, that's kind of like a good and bad thing. I think it's cool, the concept's cool, but there also are little, I guess you can say, things here and there that I wish were different. Anyway, moving on to my other point, pistols and launchers. This is a problem. The pistols in World War II are fucking awful. Me and my friends have talked about this. They are terrible. They are very inconsistent. The damage sucks. You can't fire them super fast. The machine gun pistol that was released later on in the beta was not fucking terrible. It was actually pretty good because it shoots pretty fast. So I think that's why a lot of people liked it, which is good. So at least there's one pistol that is pretty damn decent, but the M911 and the German pistol or whatever that you get are terrible. They are really bad and they definitely need to be fixed. Launchers. The reason I want to talk about launchers is because in order to, this is a terrible thing. I don't know why we did this. But launchers are, the only way you can get a launcher is by having a perk. Most secondary weapons that you get are pistols. M911, like the Guru pistol or whatever, and the machine gun pistol. The only way that you can get a secondary launcher is if you have a perk on that lets you use a launcher. Or if you're playing the class that lets you use launchers. It kind of sucks. I don't like that at all. I'm used to playing Call of Duty and running a launcher to take out UAVs or chopper gunners or whatever without the consistency of having a perk on. Now you have to have a perk to do it, and I just don't like that. Like I said, I'm not going to go into huge details because it's not like a big deal. You know, there's like UAVs are really easy to take down, which we'll talk about later. But for the most part, even if I was trying to take out something large like a fighter pilot or whatever, it would be nice to have a launcher. And unless I run that perk, which takes away from other perks that you get, such as hustle, let you run and sprint and shoot at the same time. You know, there's perks that make your kill streaks last, like the support class in MW3. You know, there's one, you pick up ammo off people. There's a perk that, I mean, there's so many good perks, you know, that you really don't want to use a perk for a launcher. There's so many other perks that you really want to run with that are way more convenient than the launcher perk. So that to me is a huge problem. I don't like that at all. And I think that it's definitely something that should be changed in the beta, or at least in full game. Like I said, all these can be fixed, which is fantastic. But at this time, definitely a problem. Definitely need to fix that ASAP. Another thing I want to talk about really quick, and this is a huge problem as well, or it's not a huge problem, the flame rounds or the incendiary rounds, or however you say that fucking word. I can't talk today, so I'm just going to say flame rounds. I don't want to fuck this up and get roasted, but we're just going to say flame rounds. So basically, long story short, if you run a shotgun class and you run the shotgun division, what you do is you get these flame rounds. Now, what happens is you start the round with 4 of them. I think if you have extended mags, it stacks them. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. Basically, you start the round with this. And basically what you do is you run around, you shoot somebody, they light on fire, and they die. So you shoot them once, they catch on fire and die. The only problem with this is it's really hit or miss. It's not very consistent. The first couple of games I've played it, I was going the fuck off with this, with the trench gun. And I was loving it. I was having a blast with this. I was like, oh, this shit is so overpowered. And then, like, after the next couple updates, I don't know if they did it in a patch. Everybody said that the beta was never nerfed or they updated anything, which makes sense. But I felt like the next round, I was playing the same map, doing the same thing, running the same patterns. And I'm not saying the people were good, you know, I'm not saying they were bad, I'm not saying they were good, whatever. I mean, they were a decent team, you know. I think we still ended up winning, but it wasn't as consistent. And I was even talking to my friend Jinx about it, and I was like, did they nerf this shotgun? Like, I feel like I'm not killing anybody. And he was like, no, they didn't do any beta changes. You know, it's the same. So very inconsistent. I feel like you either need to make them overpowered or make them, you know, especially since you only get 4 of them, I feel like they should be overpowered. And I know you guys are going to criticize me for that, but you get 4. So it's 4 kills, you know, like, and you have to be, but I would make them like super close range. I wouldn't make it like super far away. I would make it like probably close to mid-range, one shot, especially with the Winchester. If it's like far away, I don't even think you should get hit detection. I don't think it should hit them at all. That's just me. I think if you're going to give us 4 rounds with flame rounds, I think they should be very overpowered and should be able to take out multiple people. But after that 4 rounds, you're vulnerable. You know, maybe there's a perk to counter it, like a flat jacket perk or something, where, you know, instead of it being explosive damage, you take less fire damage since there's a flamethrower now. So I don't know. I mean, there's a way they can do it. I think it just needs to be more balanced. Like I said, just a minor change that can be fixed after beta. Another thing I want to talk about, which is very fucking annoying, and it is annoying as shit, and me and my friends have discussed it over and over and over again, and that is battle chatter. Battle chatter is a fucking problem, and reload. Oh god, the reload noises. Don't get me wrong. Let me go ahead and explain really quick. What I mean by battle chatter is your AI opponent will always call out something like, hey, this fuck boy's hiding behind this dumpster, or hey, this ugly motherfucker's behind this building, or hey, there's just this fucking dude over there. And if you're trying to sneak up on somebody or flank somebody, it's a problem. It is a huge problem. Now, the reason why I say that is because I understand the concept of what they're trying to do. Call of Duty, I get it. You know, this is World War II. You know, motherfuckers weren't really quiet. People had their legs blown off. People had their guts falling out. You know, there's probably a lot of people screaming. I'm sure as loud as fuck. I get that. But if I'm trying to play Search and Destroy and I'm trying to run up on somebody, I don't want my guy to scream out, hey, I'm behind you, turn around and blow my fucking face off. I'm just not cool with that. You guys might be cool with that, but that's just a problem for me. So battle chatter is a huge fucking issue because it is every time. You cannot get in the game without your AI screaming something. If you get hit with anything that's on fire, a flame round, a fucking Molotov, a flamethrower, your dude instantly screams. It's just loud. Reloading, oh my god, the M1 Grand reload, you can hear across the fucking map. One of my friends, like I said, Sess, ISS was actually trolling me with that. He was running up behind me and he kept dropping his clip and like double tapping Y while I tap, and you can hear that shit like literally 10 or 15 feet away from your character. It's insane. So if you're playing Search and Destroy and you have the M1 Grand, you're just fucked because that reload is insane. Battle chatter is a problem. They need to either take it away, reduce it, or give me some kind of perk that completely eradicates it to where my dude doesn't say a fucking thing, because that's going to be an issue for people who like to play Search. I play a lot of Search. If I play a Call of Duty game, I have to play Search just because it feels more realistic to me. I just like that aspect of not coming back after you die. And that's going to be a problem because I love the M1 Grand. It's like one of my favorite guns in the game and I want to use it more, but if they don't take out battle chatter or ammo noise or whatever, sound reduction and dampen it, I'm not even going to fuck with it. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it. Definitely a problem. Another thing is silent footsteps. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a sound whore. I like hearing the game. I like hearing footsteps. Don't get me wrong, I play a lot of fighting games, so I like to hear, you know, the noise and shit like that. I play, you know, war games occasionally, so I just like to hear things. Like, I want to know when somebody's approaching me. I feel like that's just human nature. Like, you want to know something's creeping up on you, you know? You just want to be alert. There's not sound horn. I'm not trying to hear every little thing that's going on, but I want to hear if somebody's trying to sneak up on me at least. I want to know that somebody's near me. You know, I don't want to know exactly where they are. Like, oh, damn, he's walking 42 feet to the north and he's about to go 65 feet to the west. I'm not talking about that fucking scientific where they need to be, but if somebody's trying to creep up around the corner or somewhere like 5 or 10 feet near me, I should have the ability to hear them without a perk. And you don't hear them at all. And I mean, there's a perk that like reduces your footsteps, like sound, like, you know, it's like ninja. So you don't even need it. Like, I feel like that perk's useless. Like, if you run that perk, then you're just going to be a ghost. Like, they're not going to hear you at all. Even if there's a perk to counter it, they're not going to hear you at all. because the footsteps are so low. So you definitely need to turn that up. Definitely needs to make that a lot louder, or just average to where you can just hear it, or at least get some sort of notification that somebody's fucking behind you and they're about to fuck you up. Definitely need to fix that. That's definitely a problem to me. Another point that I want to make really quick, and this one's another big one as well, and this is kill streaks are super weak, and they are extremely hard to get. And I think a lot of you guys are complaining about this as well. And like I said, this is cool. Like, it's one of those things I'm 50-50 on. Once again, I like the kill streaks in this game. I think the idea of them are cool. I think the idea of it is cool. I think it's really cool and really unique, but they fucking suck. And I'm not gonna lie, they're terrible. They're terrible, and they're super hard to get. What I mean by that is a UAV is like 500 points. So that's like damn near 10 kills. Like in an average game, like 500 points is 10 kills, right? 50 a kill, 100 kill. No, well, it just depends. It's like 5 kills, 6 kills in Call of Duty, but normally in any other Call of Duty domination, whatever, it's like 50 a kill, so it'd be 10. Whatever. We're not calculating, we're not getting into it, but 5 or 10 kills, still, that's still a lot of fucking kills just to get a UAV. You know, UAV used to be 3 kills, now it's 5, and sometimes up to 10. That's a lot of points for a UAV, and they're super easy to destroy. I mean, you can take out a UAV with the LMG, you can take it out with an assault rifle, M1 Garand, sniper. You can take them out in just a few shots. They're very weak in this game. And it sucks. I feel like it's a lot of work just to get a kill streak just for UAV. Now, the other kill streaks are not very good as well. The glide bomb is pretty decent. It's kind of like a Predator missile. Not bad. It's a pretty good kill streak. Pretty solid. Care package, once again, gives you some of the other booty kill streaks. The only ones that are really good that I liked is the glided bomb. I thought was really cool. The flamethrower is super cool as well. And the Molotovs are really cool. We can get the Molotovs and throw them at people. Those are really cool kill streaks. I think they're very unique. And I like them a lot. Now, the fighter pilot is terrible. It's like a strafe run, and you probably get like 1 or 2 kills if you time it just right. No more than that. And most of the time, if you time it wrong, you're not going to get a kill at all. It's just very bad and very inconsistent. It takes a lot of points to get, but it's not very rewarding. I mean, I can get like 4 or 5 kills off a gun alone, and then instead of, you know, waste my time using this kill streak to get 1 or 2 kills. Just very inconsistent, and it just sucks. And I'm not happy about that. Same thing with UAV. It takes a lot of points. It's not very rewarding. Definitely need to give them more health, or make them stay in the air longer, or make the score streaks, you know, something. Like I said, this is just a beta, and we're only getting, you know, pieces of it. Like I said, everything like this can be fixed, but definitely need to fix that. That shit is just outrageous to me. Especially, you know, 500 points to get a UAV, and it's just so hard because, like I said, this game is very close quarter, so you can't really camp, you can't really stay back and chill, you can't really hold down a point because everybody's just spawning everywhere. So it's very inconsistent. I don't like that at all. I think they either need to lower the points, give some of the things more health, or make them more consistent, like the fighter pilot or whatever. Like, it's 1 strafe run and it's done. Maybe give it 2 strafe runs. Maybe it goes forward and then comes back. That would be really cool. You know, something. Just buff them up a little bit. Also, like I said, make the points just a little less. Like, paratroopers is like fucking 2,000 points, which is like one of the highest kill streaks you can get in the game, and it's pretty terrible. I mean, I don't know if they're really good. Like, I see people drop them out and they don't really kill anybody, but I've seen people drop them out and get like 5 or 6 kills with them. I don't know. I guess it just depends on where you put them, but very hard to get. Now, there are perks. I know you guys are gonna say, "Oh, there's a perk where you can get all your kill streaks in one game," but yeah, it's just one game. I feel like Call of Duty is about you getting multiple kill streaks, your kill streaks stacking to give you other kill streaks, and so forth and so on, because that's how it was in the old games. Call of Duty 4 is the same way, MW2 is the same way. Your kill streaks stack and give you more kill streaks. That's just Call of Duty. But unfortunately, they don't do this in this game, and like I said, the kill streaks are just not very consistent. It's just a problem. Definitely do something with that. Either lower them, give them more health, make them do more, something. Like I said, just minor changes that can be fixed in beta. The last thing I want to talk about really quick, because I've been talking for like 25 minutes. I know you guys are tired of me talking. It's a pretty long video. And it's the no aim assist. So the no aim assist, basically in every Call of Duty game, when you're aiming at somebody, what happens is your gun will kind of lock onto them. It doesn't lock onto them necessarily, but it kind of moves your cruiser over there to shoot. It feels like in this one, like I said, it doesn't do that for you. I kind of have to aim myself, which is, I understand it takes more skill to do that, and I'm just not used to that, so I'm kind of getting back into the flow of that. But I feel like it kind of fucks with me super hard because I'm so used to relying on that. So I had to turn my sensitivity down really, really low to actually focus on aiming. Because I like to play at a high sensitivity, so I kind of depend on that aim assist to kind of put me in the same way, especially if I'm playing with an LMG or something like that. But unfortunately, it doesn't do it in this game. And that's just, like I said, a minor thing that can be tweaked or changed. But anyway, I know I did give a lot of negatives and positives. Like I said, once again, this game is hella fun. I had a blast playing it with my friends. It has amazing visuals. The game looks fucking phenomenal. It looks really good. I have no problem with it. Like I said, overall, it's a pretty good game. I honestly think it's solid for what it is. It's a breath of fresh air. It's new. Everybody likes it. It's just a huge experience or whatever. But it does have its problems. But anyway, please leave in the comment section what you guys think about Call of Duty World at War II. Or not World at War II. World at War. Not fuck. World War II. I'm losing my mind. Do you guys enjoy it? You guys think it's bad? Please give your comment sections. Also, leave me some comments about new games you want me to review. Games that are coming out this year that you would like for me to play and stream for you guys. Please leave in the comment section. Thank you guys once again for the love and support. My name is Majestic, and I'll see you guys for another video hopefully very soon. Peace.